Hello, Collected. Wendy Joy, Love and Light. Today is May 6th, and we're still inside the 5-5 portal time frame where we can still utilize the energies. They're still active for a few more days. They say roughly about a week, but I'm sure that if you start today, that you won't need the entire week in order to prove that what it is that you seek is being guided to you by your inner team. Not that you're looking to flip a switch, to try to right a wrong, to try to cut a corner, but because you've already realized on some level that everything was changing and that it was time for you to change as well. And not like something so drastic all the time, but when we shift our perception, we can consider that a drastic move because we're closing out a mindset that we once relied upon in order to carry us, and we're transforming or encouraging the receiving energy of change in a positive forward motion. And we're leaning into it by moving with the flow of energy, recognizing, realizing, and understanding that not every lesson that comes toward us, because life gives us all types of adventures or encounters or situations that will make us use our newfound perception and our mastered gifts, right? The way of looking and understanding or perceiving or resonating, whether you feel it with your energy or if the pit of your stomach tells you that, something good, bad, or indifferent might be ahead of you, or if you get divine messages or listen to them, the guidance that your spirit team provides, because they're constantly sending encouraging, messages and synchronicities and symbols your way. But if you have not yet shifted your perception, you might miss them entirely. You might not feel that they're there because you weren't in the right vibration level, awareness stage, if you will, within the game that we call life, right? And it is a game. And there's no winners or there's no losers, because in this game, we're learning, we're growing, we're developing, and we're comprehending, and we're standing tall, and we're using our courage and our bravery and our stamina in order to continue wanting, desiring, seeking more. And not that it's a hoarding type thing or it's an ego type thing, because what I want, what I seek, what seeks me, what absolutely wants me to learn and grow and develop with is the wisdom and the knowledge of the universal interconnected library of combined wisdom. There's not a monetary figure that I would ever put on that, because I've never really been geared toward money. And it's not that money is good or money is bad. It's just that I don't remember agreeing to a form of transaction that is so cold and so unforgiving, right? Because if you're hungry and it takes money and you don't have any, then you're still hungry. But where I come from, the mindset in which I hold is that if you're hungry and you're able to add benefit to another who may have the ability to feed you, then that's not so much a trade or, well, yeah, it would be. Because you would be trading what you could do in order to receive what it is that you need. There's no money involved with that. It's just about, are you willing to put in effort? And you'd be surprised how many people expect to be provided, to be given. I know I was. I know that I came from a different position in life, and I've watched a whole lot of people degress or de-evolve. Like, they didn't go upward, they went down the ladder. And when I say that, I mean their mannerism, their motion, their mindset, their willingness to recognize or remember that they're not limited in any way, sense, or shape. But because they perceive that they are, and they're stuck in their ways, they kind of dug their heels in deep, and they're paying for it today. And I could say that quite honestly, because I've seen a whole lot of people, and not everybody plays the game in the same way, we'll say. And when you cheat, you lie, you mislead, then that will come back to you in the end. There's no way around that. Just like when you're loving and giving and compassionate, that will flow back to you as well. And it's not because that's what your intent is, it's because that's what your reward is. And sometimes people think, oh, well, if you do good, you get rewarded by good. And I'm like, well, yeah, you kind of do. Because if all you are is hard and distant and unreachable, then that's exactly what's going to manifest into your existence. Hard, unmanageable, unwavering type of energy. And you may not you may not even realize. It's not my place to judge. It's your life to live. And it's the consequences that you bring to your own environment through the motions and the actions that you make. And I've always known this. But I've also seen a large number of people stop dead in their tracks and recognize or remember that there's way more to life than the small little space that they once contained. And they allowed their perception to pivot and adapt, to grow and to develop. And they are very balanced, harmonized people today, where maybe their life isn't easier than someone else's, but they live within a space of peace, of self-boundaries, of self-empowerment, self-love. And they show that through how they honor and present themselves in the world. So to me, there's always an opportunity, and it's whether or not we choose to take it, whether or not we choose to use the energies that are around us, specifically in this year, in this time frame, because there's a whole lot of transits, motion, and movement within our solar neighbors, and they're adding their energy, and they're offering more insight through peeling back the layers of self to recognize all the pieces that maybe we didn't want to look at, or we looked past, or we thought we were resolved, but we were still hanging on to them, then that's really not resolved. Because when you resolve something, all you do is receive the value when you provide the burden to the Creator as a lesson learned, value gained, and weight no longer needed to carry. But we all handle life in our own way. Not everybody plays the same way, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Because each one of us has a unique aspect that we're here to add. And that's where our individuality, uniqueness, and perfection come into play. Because we're all perfect. We're perfect in every way. When we remember that we are way more than the skin that we wear, the persona that we adopt when we come to Earth. Because we're light essences. We are pure energy. We're of the highest of realms. We come from complete and fullness, where we embody balance and harmony, and everything is just the frequency, the highest frequency of love, right? And that has a lot of different titles you can call it: knowing, understanding, being, perceiving, flowing, right? But when we're here on Earth, we need to be able to embrace our minds, our ability to touch, to feel, to see, to hear, to resonate, and then combine everything and pull all of our physical traits and our thoughts to a spiritual, in an upward motion, not a downward climb, because we're not degressing. This isn't the right time. We've now gotten so much more combined energy working with ours, and it's being provided to us so that we can right the wrongs, whatever the wrongs may be within you, your environment, your society, your situation, your home, whatever that may be. Because I live in a house, a 4-bedroom house, and I live on a street in Carbondale, Pennsylvania. I live in the United States. But you may not live here. You may live in another country, on another street, on another road. And the value that you can add to your street, to your road, to your environment, to your state, to your country, collectively will uplift another section of this wonderful place that we call home. Regardless of what you want to think it's what it is, whether it's a snow globe, whether it's a rock in the middle of, space, which is kind of doubtful, unless you want to look at plasma. Space is plasma, and that's another form of us, another form of energy. So keep that in mind too. It doesn't matter where you call home, but when you utilize all the energies that are around you, within you, and through you, that it makes you just as powerful as every other energy. And combined, the change that could come into play through this 5-5 portal, through today being May 6th, where there's transformation and there's self-belief and family organization or camaraderie or connection with others, and making a positive imprint, not only in your life, but in everybody's life around. And by keeping your vibration in a heart space position will allow the energy to continue to flow within you, through you, and around you in a positive, uplifting manner, allowing connection with other energy of consciousness, of knowing, of being, and of existence. Because we're all existing somewhere, some form or another. We are eternal. It's just our bodies that give up after a while, but our spirit never does. My lovely collective, no matter where you find yourself on this trampoline of change or this dance, if you will, tango of transformation, I encourage you not to cut corners, not to look for short benefits, but to look toward your longevity, your legacy. And what type of world do you want to exist in? And what type of being do you want to be in the next? Or how about through this cycle, this 9-year news cycle? What would you like to begin? What would you like to carry through? And what would you like to have continue? I really do hope that there's enough of us that wake up quick enough and realize that we have all the power and all the control. And that when we realize that these energies are here to help us to be victors, to allow interconnectivity of all to unify our energies, then we've already passed the middle block. We've already gotten halfway through. Now all we need to do is implement and perfect, enhance, and continue to grow and to elevate and to offer healing to everyone who has not yet caught up. We need you to wake up, so catch up. I'm sending you added energy to play in yours, to give you some adventure and the willingness to not be that wallflower, but to step into this game and transform and change whoever you once thought you were into the vision and the illumination of who you actually are. It's perfect. It really is. We're all beautiful. We all have the ability to shine bright. Let us put our energy and our light together and blast away all of these hazy, yucky things that they put in the sky to try to keep us down, to try to, shield our eyes. And then maybe, who knows what we'll see when the sky is clear. But I remember what I saw when the sky was clear, so much clearer than this. And it's beautiful, and it's warm, and it's inviting, and it's filled with positive energy. My lovely collective, no matter where you find yourself, I am always offering love and light, clarity, wisdom, knowledge, insight, whether they're through my experiences or I remind you of your insight with your experiences that maybe you overlooked. It's a collaboration of great energy linking together to provide perfect transformation and wonderful, positive change. It's time. My lovely collective, I am always wishing you the greatest of time. Blessed be.